Well, hello there everybody, welcome to SFR Season 5, Round 6. This is Monza. We return to Monza, the Italian Grand Prix, after a little hiatus. Lots of drivers aren't liking it on this year's game, so we... Hang on just a second, just mute the microphone. Okay, one extra driver's just popped into the server, literally just joined, and he's just come in now. So, we are going to be heading off very, very shortly. Here we go. Just readying up on the grid now. And we'll be going to Monza, the Italian Grand Prix. And we're going for round 6. Of the season. Now, update on the championship standings. Sorry, it's all gone a bit last minute. Few changes here. You've had 3 dropouts in the last 5-10 minutes, and a driver just joining. So we're just catching up with that. So, season standings. Whilst we just wait, we have Stein leading the standings, and he is racing today. His closest challenger is Corbines, and they are 8 points apart. So Stein's on 77, Corbines on 69. Now Corbines is he hasn't won a race yet this season, but he's got 3 second places and a 3rd place. Stein has won 2, came 3rd and came 4th. So yeah, we've got Stein at the top, Corbines in 2nd, and in 3rd, only 15 points behind Stein, is Holmesy, who's won 2 races respectively, hasn't finished in 2 and came 4th in another. So he's very inconsistent this season, but he's doing his best to get back up. Other driver who to have won a race this season is Lasser. He's currently in 4th position, but a staggering 30 points behind Stein already. He needs to start winning a few more races, but he is up there. He is definitely up there. Looks like it is dry. We've got a dry session. Looks pretty sunny. So that should be good for the qualifying. Obviously, the Temple of Speed, as Monza is known as. It is very, very fast. The fastest lap on the calendar, average speed-wise anyway. So look out for some blistering qualifying times. And we will be going very shortly, just waiting for the lobby just to ready up. Hopefully drivers are selecting the weekend allocation of tyres. Who's in 5th place? And we've got Dace. Dace is not racing this evening, so he will lose some ground on the championship, depending on who is qualifying. So yeah, we're at 15 drivers, which isn't a great turnout for SFR. We normally do rock full grid, so it is a bit of a one-off. A lot of drivers have been complaining about Monza and the layout of the track, the layout of the curbs. Some drivers didn't want it on the calendar at all. They wanted it removed and replaced with Baku or somewhere else like that. But no, the calendar's set. We haven't driven at Monza for a little while. All drivers have to have their they always have to have, you know, a track they don't like, tracks they do like. It can't always be everything that you know, it separates the wheat from the chaff, should we say. So who is first out on track? I think it's Kokan, the new driver. Who's that just flying past us? Look at that. Unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable. They're racing on the pit exit. I think Lasser knows that I like to follow the first driver out of the pit lane and follow their flying lap. But the first driver out was the new driver, Coke Can Cock. Actually, I'm going to struggle saying that name today, so I might just call it Coke Can. Might just call him Coke Can without saying the final one. Yeah, there we go. It's like I say, the fastest average speed lap on the whole calendar. As you just watched Lasser, Coke Can, and B16, I believe. No, it wasn't B16. It is the Alfa Romeo of Viet, all three drivers, with the McLaren following quite close behind in Stuart Little. He said he's been struggling with we've lost Coke Can on the exit of Ascari. It's already got his first victim. Unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable. So he will jump back on board with Lasser. Actually, no, let's do Viet. We don't normally do Viet, so let's jump on board with Viet and follow his qualifying run. So we're going to be full throttle with the DRS open in 8th gear for quite a long time. One of the longest pit straights. We're hitting 210 miles per hour, 211 it just sneaks up to there. Heavy braking zone into turn 1 and turn 2. The exit here, you don't want to get too much of a tank slapper on. There is grass and curbs and gravel on the outside. Very easy for you to run wide in there and lose a hell of a lot of lap time and possibly even do some car damage. We go around the Curva Grande into the second chicane. Drivers have been complaining about this inside curb here. Viet took such a wide line, they're not even going anywhere near that curb. That curb will bounce you up and spit you out on the other end into the gravel on the other side. Viet doesn't run wide there. It's very easy to run wide in the Lesmos, but runs wide there, misses the apex completely on the inside, but didn't appear to lose too much time. He managed to keep the car on the track, which is good. Now we head down to the car killer. That is Ascari. The curves here are brutal, especially this one coming up on the left-hand side. If you ride too much, you will throw off and get put into the wall on the outside there. But Viet navigates that successfully, and he comes up towards Parabolica. You always think you should be carrying more speed into here than you possibly should, but you have to carry as much as you possibly can. Runs a bit wide, probably would like to be a little bit closer on the inside, and he gets around, stays close to the right-hand side, crosses the line with a 21.213, and that is a full second actually slower than what Lasser did. So Lasser's put in a 1:20.190. Now, second driver in the Drivers' Championship is on a flying lap. He's on the medium tyre, and we'll watch out for Stein in a minute. He's on an out lap on the soft. So what's the driver in second place got up his sleeve today? I think he finished in about 8th place a couple of seasons ago here. Oh, huge snap of oversteer on Parabolica. Is he going to continue his lap? He is going to continue. Put a lap on the board. He will have to do an in lap or a cool down lap before he's able to do another lap. Yeah, he's turned his ERS down. He's only not even pushing 200 mile an hour here, so he will have to do a cool down lap. Yeah, he finished at about 8th spot after a very late safety car a couple of seasons ago, but because he was one of the drivers who didn't have any time penalties, it jumped him straight up to about 2nd or 3rd, I believe. So getting time penalties here is easy, but if you don't get them, you will gain places. So Stein has just started his flying laps. Let's ride on board with Stein as he goes through the Curva Grande. Stays as close to the right hand side as he possibly can. Our championship leader on the soft tyre as he comes down into the second chicane, should I say. How close does he get? He just kisses that inside curve, but as you heard there, and as you can see on his left front tyre, he's got a bit of gravel on there, so he used all the track that was possibly available. I don't think it didn't affect him too much. Stays a lot closer to that inside apex there than Viet could handle earlier on. And we head down towards Ascari with the DRS open. We are in 8th gear, pushing 210 mile an hour. 280 got up to just there, and he follows Ascari through pretty nicely. A bit late on the turn in there. I think the car didn't want to react. Yellow flag up ahead, that's just B16 getting out of the way of all the drivers. He's back again today, and he should be back for most of the weeks. I think he's going to be pushing for a full-time drive return. We'll negotiate a contract and see if we can get him back full-time. Stein crosses the line, and he goes into P3 only with a 20.450. So Lasser is in P1 with a 21.90. Cornet in P2, 122.37. Cali Robb in the 1:20s as well with a 1:25.27. And B16, the lead Alfa Romeo car, at the minute with a 121 flat, 2/10 ahead of his teammate Viet. Red Dog on a flying lap. He's just come around. Where is he? He's heading up towards Ascari. Absolute car killer this in the Aston Martin. Now I don't know if any of you have watched Formula 1 fans have been watching the live streams. Oh, there we go, and he is out. Riding on board with Red Dog. That is exactly what can happen if you touch that inside curb. You just saw his car snatch at the inside curb, then snatch on traction and just flung him into the outside wall, and there is DHL delivered exactly a DNF. So second driver we have lost, Red Dog, who has got a time on the board of 21.5, and Corbyn's decided to go into the pits and put a set of soft tyres on, so he's not happy with those. Honesy on an outlap on the medium. He does like to do a split different strategy, especially on his first run. Now his qualifying has been pretty poor recently, so we will, and Stein, there we go, Stein goes fastest, first driver into the 1 minute 19 to the 19.864. So Honesy on the medium tyre, comes around turns 1 and turns 2, gets the power down, short shifts into 4th and 5th, straight away into 6th. He's going to stay as close as he possibly can. Now this driver is driving on a pad, one of the fastest drivers I've seen in the CCR network on a pad. I think other drivers who are up there with speed are Cali Rob on a pad, Honesy on a pad definitely. I'm not sure what Corbyn's, I think Corbyn's, yeah, Corbyn's is on a wheel. So is Stein, so is Lasser, and so is Cornet. I know Stuart Little drives pad, so he will be, and he does struggle with his track limits. He was obviously got nearly disqualified. He got ended up with 40 seconds worth of time penalties in Mexico last week. I think yesterday evening in NRL he got. Oh, Honesy, you takes advantage, full advantage of the exit there, and runs very wide, but just keeps his car out of the wall, out of the garage, and out of the engineer's minds of repair. So Honesy comes around the parabolica. Yeah, so Stuart is struggling with track limits, but hopefully he can buck his ideas up a little bit and get a good time. And Honesy goes into P6 just outside the 1 minute 20s with a 1:21.038. Where's Brexit Beast? Let's get on board Brexit Beast as he comes round the final corner. Parabolica on the soft tyres. Where's Brexit Beast going to finish up? And he goes into P14 with a 1:21.755, so probably more time in the bag for Brexit there. And Mr. Woot has got a P13 right now with a 21.726. So Brexit Beast has got all of the pressure on him from the Tifosi this weekend, alongside his teammate Cali Rob, currently in P4. So Lasser is nearly 2 seconds down on his best time. Cornet in the gravel. Cali Rob comes round Curva Grande and breaks into the heavy braking zone at the end of the first sector. He is 300ths down on his best time, so he is still on course to improve his time. He's probably lost a bit of time in the middle sector. Let's see what his Lesmos are like. Stays quite tight to the inside. Lesmo, the first one, follows the corner round on the outside. Could have got a little bit tighter maybe to the second one, but still pretty decent. Got a driver up ahead having a bit of a weave. Righty boy is... Cali did get a little bit of a slipstream from it. As we say that, Stuart has moved up into P5 with a 1:20.879. So Cali gets a huge amount, and he's out of qualifying as well. Ascari got him. Look at that. We've lost Cali Rob. You just saw his car just didn't want to turn in the Tifosi. And Corbyn's up ahead as well. He's spinning around like a spinning top. But he is safe and able to carry on. So we've lost Cali now. Let's ride on board a B16 as he comes up to Ascari. Are we going to lose another car? We've got the yellow flags out for Cali Rob. In the game, though, you don't have to slow down for them. The stewards will not penalise you for not slowing down for yellow flags. Good Ascari there from big B16, it looked like. He's going to get a bit of a slipstream as well off Viet, his teammate. Look at that. Teammates in PAFR, teammates today in SFR, working together as a team. B16 gets a hell of a slipstream down the back straight, and comes down towards the start-finish line to improve his time and go 3/10 quicker. So that slipstream probably paid dividends there, at least 2/10, with a little bit of track evolution for him as well. So B16 now up to, and he gave Viet, look at that, teamwork. Makes the dream work for those two drivers. Viet getting a bit of a slipstream from him as well. So Viet on the medium needs as much slipstream as he could possibly handle. to get as much time out of the slightly harder compound tyre, which aren't quite as quick. It's an easy one-stop here at Monza, but as it's a tempered of speed, you want to be on the fastest tyre at the best time. Viet gets a huge amount of oversteer, snap of it on the exit of the second chicane. And yeah, I would personally say drivers are probably looking to do the opposite, the opposing strategy, which is the medium-soft rather than the soft-medium. As the fuel levels wear down, the track grips up even more. Being on the soft tyre at the end is going to be far better than being on the medium. Who was that in the gravel there? Who did I see in the gravel? It was Yurdy. Yurdy. The man from Florida is... I think he's Florida. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's Florida. Apologies if you're not, but I'm pretty sure I remember you saying once before you were in Florida. So racing with us anyway across the pond, trying to get the gravel off his tyres in the Williams. Now Cool Beans is on an outlap, Mr. Woot is on an outlap, Brexit Beast is on an outlap. Like I say, the pressure from the Tifosi on him today. Stein is on a flying lap. He's just over nearly 2 tenths down and invalidates around Ascari. Lasser has gone faster, but he's not fast enough to take pole position away from Stein, but he's within a tenth, so he's probably got a bit more time. He can probably go again. He's out of fuel, I think. Must have really underfueled that car for that run. Anyone on flying laps? Righty Boy's on a flying lap, but he's 2.7 seconds down on his best time. As you can see, he has just there's a Mercedes coming up fast behind him. It's his teammate Cool Beans. Are they going to be doing some teammate tactics? They're both, well, Cool Beans is definitely on an outlap. Righty Boy is obviously backed off of his lap, but it looks like he's running out of fuel, so he won't be able to go faster again. Holmesy is invalidated, unfortunately. Got to try and save these soft tyres to be able to do another run. How long have we got left? We need to get rid of this yellow flag so I can see how long is left on the timing screen. Oh, he takes the Willans line through the second chicane there. Yurdy is on a flying lap. Let's watch Yurdy as he comes around the Curva Grande. He's going to break into the second chicane. Heavy braking zone. Takes the inside. Takes, yeah, nice line through there. Very nice line through there from Yurdy. He flows around the first, and we've lost Brexit Beast now as well. Where's Brexit Beast broken down? Just where we were on the in between the first and second Lesmo, so he must be on the outside there, and lost the car on the exit curb. So we've lost Brexit Beast, so he won't be able to go fast. It's 3 drivers, we've lost 4 actually. Are we going to be seeing a repeat of this in the race? We obviously had an Australian race a couple of weeks ago where we lost 11 drivers to DNFs. Yurdy's backed out. Cool Beans is on a flying lap. It looks like he took Ascari quite nicely there as we come up towards Parabolica. Mr. Woot jumps up into P5. Good qualifying from him so far. Cool Beans runs round the final corner at Parabolica. Puts all his effort in. Oh, he's backing out. What's going on today? Got 3 minutes 40. Just enough time to get in the pits and back out again for another run. Now, Holmesy, what's Holmesy doing? He's 2.5 tenths up on his best time so far. He's going fast, but it's not going to be fast enough unless he's got more time in the bag through these. But these are... He obviously ran the medium tyre. He's invalidated. And we've lost B16. B16 is out. What's happened to him? That's that turn... car's he in the Alfa Romeo. I think he's just retired from the session. I don't think he was going to be able to get out again. So I'm not sure what Holmesy's plan of action is now. He might just about be able to get back in the pits, come back out. I think it's going to be tight. You need about, what's the time? 1 minute 20, so you need at least 2 minutes 40. No, he's not going to have enough time. I don't think he's going to have enough time to get in and out. We'll keep an eye on him though. We'll definitely keep an eye. Cornet, let's jump on board with Cornet. He's on a flying lap through. He's backed out. Possibly backed out even before that. We've got the McLaren just behind him. Stewart's on an invalidated outlap. Viet's on a flying lap, and he's 300ths up on his best time. So this will see him improve, but not improve enough to jump into the top 10. Nice line through Ascari there. He probably gained quite a bit of time. Cornet looked like he was going to drift across straight into his path, but Maybe realised at the final minute not to do so. So Stein's not coming out again, it doesn't appear so, but Lasser is going to be coming out. He is on an outlap. So we'll watch out for Lasser. I think he's just behind, and he's going to get a nice bit of slipstream. I think, or is that an Alpine? That's a Cornet, the Alpine just behind. So Viet did improve massively, gained 6/10 there. So Cornet is just starting his flying lap. Lots of drivers just leaving the pits. Stein has just left the pits. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to get round though. Possibly, yes, he will. Of course he will. There's a 1 minute 20 lap, so he will have just enough time. So let's ride on board Lasser. Switch between Lasser and Cornet. Lasser just putting his car nicely into turn 1 and turn 2. Short shift straight up to 3rd, 4th and 5th and 6th. Straight through the gears. Cornet is a 1/10.5 down, so he's not going to be looking to improve. Lasser is just about to come to the end of the first sector. He is 200ths up. He needs to find at least another 700ths of a second. If not six, yeah, that's 600ths of a second on the already 200ths that he's got to jump ahead of Stein. Stein is obviously, and Cornet's round. Cornet's backwards in between the first and second Lesmo. He's in the grass. So Lasser, what's his second sector time? He's getting a good slipstream off Righty Boy there. Pulls out right at the last minute. As much as he could, but he is down on his time, so he's got to find some time through Ascari. Takes a lot of inside curb there on the entry and runs it nicely through there. What has he got? He gets a slipstream off Coolbeans as well. He's living dangerously with these slipstreams. He moves out right at the last minute. He's going to come round the final corner at Parabolica. He's going to flow it round, stays in nice and tight, but drifts out quite wide. I think he probably would have wanted to take a slightly different line through there as he crosses the line, and he is provisional pole with a 1 minute 19.856. So we'll watch out for Stein. And Stewart's on a flying lap. What's his first sector time? Is he going to be able to improve any? Righty Boy's just starting. Stewart is 1/10 up on his best time. Coolbeans is just starting his lap as well. He will be the last driver, I believe, to go around and set a time. The clock has gone 000. We are, any driver on a flying lap now will get a time in. Coolbeans is a 10th up on his best time. This is going to see him jump at least one position, if not a few more. He was on the medium tyre earlier, so this is where he will gain most of the time in the first and second Lesmo with the traction zones. Obviously not many traction zones here, but enough to make the difference with the tyres. What's Stein on? Stein is down on his best time. He's down, I believe, yeah. So at the minute he needs to find 8,000ths to beat Lasser, and at the minute he's 1800ths down, so he needs to find time in the final sector. He might just get it because Lasser did appear not to take the best line through here. So Stein is going to cross the line. Is he going to get pole? He does. He finds a 10th in the final sector, so he is up now into P1. Righty Boy is invalidated. Yerdy is in the pits. Holmesy is nearly 7/10ths up on his best time. So you're going to see him jump massively. He goes into P3. Who else was out? Who else? Lasser isn't going to be repeating another lap, and that is qualifying over. Stein gets pole position. Stein on pole. Coolbeans jumps up to P4, so he does improve his time, which is good for him. He was towards the back of the grid, so he's in P4, second row of the grid alongside Holmesy, Lasser and Stein. Yerdy in P12, Righty in P11, Stewart in P10, Mr. Woot in P7, Cornet in P5. So good Alpine qualifying there, 5th, 5th and 7th respectively. And we'll see what the race brings us. As I said, it is an easy one stop. The strategies aren't going to be too different from each other. So we'll see what he's holding. So it looks like we got a dry race as well. Stuart's on the Discord. He's going to go full send to turn 1. Well, let's hope he doesn't. Let's hope he's alright. Brexit Beast is saying he put the wrong setup on the car. So that will be interesting to see if he's able to keep it together through Ascari. Shout out my boy Will Anns. There you go, you got your shout out. Not racing in the Alpine today, he's given his car up. He hates Monza that much, he doesn't want to race, he's scared of the track. Just waiting for the ready up from Cornet. Cornet is the leader of the gang this evening. And let's have a look, see what the strategies are heading up. What strategies are we doing? Let's have a look. So Righty Boy, first driver to be able to select a strategy, is going medium. He's going to go the medium soft. I'm assuming the other drivers will be doing the same. Possibly. They're just waiting for the final minutes. Waiting for the final minutes before they reveal their strategies. No one else has allocated the medium tyre. We're going to be going very shortly in 20 seconds, the 27 lap race of the Monza circuit. And we're looking at pit stops probably around lap 12 or lap 13 for either tyre, and Red Dog sticks the medium on right at the end, and it looks like only 2 drivers have decided to go medium. As we go in, ready and in, just hoping that B16 is going to ready in. There he goes. Right, we're all in. So 2 drivers on the medium tyre. Let's get all the dash up. Confirmation, Righty and Red Dog. Now, turn 1 into Monza from the start line. It's quite a long run down to turn 1, and it's a very, very heavy braking zone and a very tight turn 1 and turn 2. We will see, possibly, a few incidents heading into there. Obviously got a huge runoff area, which we'll probably see. Probably will see a few drivers utilise the runoff. You will get a 10-second time penalty though if you do it. So it's unless you take it. I think even literally driving through it at a snail's pace will give you a 10-second time penalty. So it's going to be a tricky one. Drivers aren't going to want to do it necessarily, but sometimes you got to do it. You got to Sebastian Vettel it just to avoid getting any damage and completely ruining your race. Obviously, we have standard damage, and the car damage rate is on standard as well. Standard regularity of safety cars, dynamic weather, but for some reason in SFR we don't really ever get rain, which is a shame. It's always nice to throw it out a little bit of rain. I think we had a little bit in Spa last weekend. Not last, yeah, it was Spa last weekend. It wasn't Mexico, was it? It was Spa. We had a little bit there, so we'll watch out for any last minute rain, but we are Italy. I know technically the Italian Grand Prix is always hot, it's always sunny. The last time it rained there was when Sebastian Vettel, or one of the last times it rained there, could have rained there previously after that, but yeah, Sebastian Vettel won his first race in the Alpha Tauri, or as known as Toro Rosso back there. So Stein looking to repeat that for the Toro Rosso Alpha Tauri team, the sister Red Bull team with the Honda powered engine, which is going to Red Bull powertrains next season, I believe. I think they might have just changed back slightly. I think it's going to be 50% Honda, 50% Red Bull powertrain, so watch out for that come the season. So Coke Can is going to be the final driver to line up on the back of the grid in the Haas. Let's See what he's got, the newest driver on the grid. Literally joined about 2 minutes before 2 minutes before we all went into the lobby. So I don't know what his driving's like. We'll see what he's like. Hopefully he's decent. But let's jump on board. We've got 4 or 5 lights. They go out now, and we go racing. Stein appears to have got a half decent start. He had a pretty bad start recently, but he's still ahead, heading into turn 1. There's going to be 6 cars, all battling for turn 1. The other drivers, and the Aston Martin, Honesy going around the outside. That's a good move there from Honesy. Jumps up into P3, I believe. No? Where did he start? No, he keeps P3, and we're losing some drivers at the back of the grid. I think everyone made it round apart from Mr. Woot. A horrible start from Mr. Woot. Loses 8 positions. He's now down into P15. And Kukan, he's right on board with him. Completely misses that apex there. I think he's got some gravel on his tyres. Gets hit, spun by Righty Boy. I think he came back on the track a little bit too soon, and yeah, he's dropped down some positions. Who's that going off very wide there? It's Brexit Beast struggling possibly with his setup, as we're now going 3 wide into Ascari. Williams on the inside pushes. Yerdy pushes Brexit a little bit out, and Brexit loses the position. He's going to compromise his exit there. B16 is looking to make a move. We've got the Yerdy on Red Dog. 2 drivers that kept coming together last week. Looks like they're trying to settle their little rivalry. Stein sets the fastest lap of the race. It's the first lap of the race, so it's always going to be the fastest. First driver across the line gets the fastest lap, and Lasser is not going to be close enough to get in. We've lost Yerdy to the pit lane. Yerdy's in the pits. I think Kokan has got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, unfortunately, so his debut's not going to plan. Red Dog has already got a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. That's pretty interesting. And B16 gets past Red Dog, obviously, as Red Dog is somewhere. What's him? He goes very wide there. Who's that going very wide? That was Red Dog, I believe. At the curve, and they're coming to. I mean, they're very good friends. Joined the league at the same time. Been teammates for so long. They know each other outside of the Codemaster servers, and they come to blows at the second chicane. Always interesting to see when friends come to blows on track. Corby's has dropped a position. He's had under P5. Kokan has got a 10-second penalty for corner cut. I'm not sure what happened there. It's a debut from hell at the minute from Kokan as he comes around the Curva Grande. Didn't get into any instance into turn 1, so he was not a just having a. I think he just joined, probably hasn't got a proper setup on, and he's just struggling a little bit with the car. So Stein is still in the lead, and he sets 1:23.096, fastest lap of anybody. Lasser's 4 tenths behind him. Honesy another 5 tenths. Cali Rob 8 tenths. So it's all quite tight as Cornet gets past Stuart Little into turn 1, goes up the inside. Stuart's going to try the switchback. Is he? No, not able to. He was dumping some of his ERS. Red Dog, I think, has just got another penalty for speeding in the pit lane, I believe. He's in the pits now. And who's this coming up the outside? That's Viet, who did have a look on Stuart Little, but decided against it. And that is... Yeti is passing Red Dog in the pits. Cam comes around the final corner. And is he going to come out? They're going to come out side by side with Red Dog. I think Red Dog's a little bit further up the track. So no position changes at the front. Calirop did gain 2 actually on the start, and he got ahead of Corbins and Cornet, so they both didn't get very good starts into turn 1. And who's that going very wide? That's Cornet, I believe. Possibly picking up a time penalty there, well, warning there at least. And is Stewart going to have a go into turn 1? It turns into a bit of a DRS train here as we come down, as all the drivers in within 3, 4, 5, 6 tenths of each other. They are, and Stein says another fastest, that goes 6 thousandths faster. So Cornet's got his DRS open, so is Stewart. And I don't think that Stewart is chasing him, but he's not going to be close enough to get the move. It looks closer from the far away broadcast shot that we had. And no challenges for the lead. Lasser's still within DRS. He's within 3 tenths of Stein. So watch out for that. We'll watch out for that a little bit later on. And who's that in the pit lane? It's Righty changing wing, changing tyres. Not a good race from him so far. Haven't lost any drivers yet though. No safety cars come out. Mr. Woot going to have the comeback race of a lifetime. Yodi goes past Righty Boy, Red Dog and Cookan at the back of the grid. Very wide round parabolica there for Cookan. Probably gave him a warning there at least as well. What is the penalty situation? 15 seconds already for Cookan, so that's not good for him. Righty Boy comes out the pit lane just behind Red Dog. We could see a bit of a battle going on here. Right, Lasser has got within 6/10 now. Stein's dropped him a little bit on this lap, but he still will be within DRS. Is it going to be enough though for Lasser to mount a challenge? Coming down the pit straight, he's going to have his DRS open. I don't think he's going to be fast enough. The fastest lap time there was shooting down. We got, I think Lasser got it, Holmesy got it, then Cali Rob got it as well. And he gets within 2/10, but it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough for Lasser. Massive Max Verstappen fans. Let's hope he doesn't sit on top of anyone's car around turn 2, shall we? The DRS train is alive and well all the way down to Viet. So from P1 to P8 is separated by only 3.5 seconds after 5 laps. B16, the leader of the gang, behind with Brexit close up, and Mr. Woot all battling. So Mr. Woot's looking to get into the points from P11 up to P10. Yerdy, so the drivers who have had to have multiple pit stops already. Yerdy, Red Dog and Righty. We've got a driver out. Who is that? It's a Ferrari. It's a Cali Rob. Cali Rob is out of the race. Look at that. It's at the exit of the second Lesmo, and he's brought out the safety car. The Tifosi are absolutely apoplectic. We've lost a Ferrari. Now this helps massively the drivers at the back. Yerdy, Red Dog, Righty and Cookan. And Red Dog's got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. Absolutely horrendous race from Red Dog so far. He's come together with his teammate. He's had an off at turn 1 on the first lap. He's had speeding lane penalties. He's gone through the pits with damage. And that is not a good sign from him. So drivers coming in the pits, is it going to be a hard tyre? They could put the hard tyre on and go to it. It looks like it's all going to be mediums. Is that hard for Stein? Hard for Stein. And is that hard for Lasser? No, it's mediums for Lasser. Pretty sure I just saw Stein put the... hang on a minute, let me find it. Where is it? There we go. Yes, Stein went hard. And everyone else behind him were going medium tyres. They're going to be hoping... Mr. Woot's gone hard as well. So P1 and P10 have both got hard tyres on. You didn't catch me out there, did you? Huh? Red Dog, it's going to have to be serviced drive-through once the safety car comes in. Righty Boy in P13. Cookan is going to be able... He's got the hard tyre on. He's already made that, so we're all good on that front. And... yeah, we'll just wait for all the drivers to back up. We've got Righty pitting, Red Dog pitting. He won't be able to service. He probably wants to service drive-through, but he's not going to be able to. He's putting the medium tyres on. He's serving a 5-second speeding in the pit lane penalty. So just one more penalty to serve, which is his huge drive-through, which is going to really compromise his rest of his race. Cookan moves up into P11. Look at that. He's going to be in P11 come the restart. And all the drivers now are going to settle down, get their tyres, get their fuel all sorted. I know quite a few drivers underfuel the car. Holmesy especially loves to underfuel his car, but with the safety car coming out, that will mean that they can save their strategy. So at the minute it is a Dutch 1, 2 and 3. 3 Dutch drivers all on the podiums. Cookan gets a 3-second time penalty during the safety car period. Unbelievable. Very easy to get time penalties here. Monza is never one of my favourite tracks. There's quite a few tracks actually which I potentially very much dislike, which is Monza's one of them when it comes to time penalties. USA's another one, Mexico's another one. Very, very easy to get time penalties around those tracks just from trying to drive fast. And Cookan joins the back of the grid, joins the back of the group with Mr. Woot just ahead of him. There he is, going to start warming his tyres up, and Yerdy's going to come up behind him. Righty Boy is a little bit further behind. Red Red Dogs just behind Righty Boy. So we will have probably this lap, and then the safety car will be coming in. The red safety car, the Mercedes, is out on the track, so there's only 2 red cars on track now. Should have been 3, but Cali Rob decided to bring the safety car out by crashing at the exit of the second Lesmo. Probably ran a bit wide, got a bit gravelly on his tyres, lost a bit of traction, threw himself into the wall. It's a very fast 90-degree right-hander, and yeah, he probably just lost it on the exit. So Stein could be at a bit of a disadvantage here. Everyone is on the medium tyre, apart from Mr. Woot and Coke Can in P10 and P11 respectively. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars all behind him on fresh medium tyres. However, he might be in the better position come the end of the race, as those medium tyres will have to go 20 laps of racing. Possibly. They should make it. It is an easy one stop here. They should make it. However, they might be a little bit worse for wear come the end of the race. So all drivers are now backed up. We've got a line of drivers. Safety car confirms is coming in this lap. So Stein will be taking over safety car duties after the exit of Parabolica. Now he's going to have to, obviously it's a very long run down to turn 1, but the start finish line, as you can see on the map, is very close. So what's he going to do? Is he going to go early on the exit of Parabolica, try and keep Lasser napping? He's obviously got to wait for the safety car to come in. If he catches up with the safety car, it's going to compromise him as well. Let's watch his throttle inputs. Where is he? Letting the car roll around the corner. Still not full speed. There he goes. Stein is at full speed. Lasser got a good jump on him actually as well. He stayed with him. All drivers are in a line, it looks like. And who's this? Holmesy is going to be attacking Lasser into turn 1, is he? No, he's not. Cornet coming up the inside of Holmesy, which puts him on the outside for turn 2. Coolbeans is coming up the inside of Cornet, but no, all the drivers are there. Right on board with Cornet as he comes up the inside of Curva Grande. Lasser's very close to Stein, but Cornet's going to get past into P3. Would say that's a good thing. Someone, another different nationality on the podium, but it's not. Cornet is a Dutchman, so Cornet makes it a Dutch 1, 2, 3, 4 now, with Coolbeans dropping down to P5. Viet in P6, another Dutch driver. Stewart in P7, wheel to wheel with Viet and Brexit and B16. All around the second Lesmo. Look at that, McLaren, Alfa Romeo, Ferrari, and an Alpine straggling at the back there, hoping to get involved in some of it. Brexit does just filter in behind the McLaren of Stewart. Stewart's lost P8 to B16, so it's now for Romeo, P6 and P7. And Lasser hasn't been able to take advantage of that safety car on this lap. He's lost a few tenths. We're not going to have DRS for at least another lap, so he won't have the advantage of that. He's going to have to use his slipstream and his ERS as much as he possibly can. Stein has got a bit less. Lasser's got 20% more than what Stein has, but it's not going to be enough for Lasser to close the gap. Or Cornet, or Holmesy. Coolbeans has lost some time. Mr. Woot has got past Brexit Beast into down the pit straight. Brexit's going to try and keep ground the inside, but no, Mr. Woot outbrakes him a little bit more, and Brexit filters into P10. Mr. Woot has come back from the back of the grid all the way up. Coolbeans has lost a position to Viet. Viet's taken P5, so we've now got a Dutch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unbelievable. Dutch are taken over. Max Verstappen wins 1 World Championship, and all the Dutch think that they are World Champions as well. Coolbeans, break the trend. Get back up there, mate. Get back up there. So DRS will be enabled once the drivers go past the start-finish line, so it won't be enabled until we get to this part of the track on the next lap. Lasser feathering the throttle through Ascari. All drivers, all the front four. There's a bit of a gap now. It was 7 cars all within a line. It's now a group of 5, and then a small group just behind. It's, Red Dog's obviously served as drive-through, so that's why he's all the way at the back. Coke Can is 2 tenths up on his best lap time. So we head down to turn 1. Is Cornet going to make a move? No. Holmesy's not either. Viet's a little bit further back, so is Coolbeans. Coolbeans is losing a bit of time here, possibly struggling on those medium tyres. He did look a little bit out of sorts on the mediums during qualifying when he ran it. The setup's probably not quite made for that, so he's going to have been maybe in for a bit of a race of pain for the next following 17 laps on these mediums if he can't get a grip on them. Cornet is pretty much pushing Lasser there through the second chicane as we head in towards the first Lesmo. Coolbeans is very close onto the back of Viet. I don't think he's going to be close enough to make a move into the braking zone, but let's get on board with Lasser. He's got the DRS. He's not going to want to take too much advantage here. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. We've got Yerdy. Yerdy is out of the race at the second Lesmo, just where Cali Rob crashed out, and another safety car. It's another safety car, and that does save Red Dog's race a little bit. Just don't get another drive-through, Red Dog. Do not get another drive-through. So what's the drivers going to do here? Are they going to stay out? Are we going to see some drivers gambling on another strategy? Maybe putting on the drivers who've got medium tyres, possibly putting on a second set of fresh mediums. Stein will obviously be alright. No, drivers are all staying out, I believe. Yeah, all drivers are staying out. I don't think anyone's coming into the pits. B16 comes in the pits actually. Let's see what tyres he's going to put on. He's probably thinking if he puts a set of fresh mediums on now, they will make it to the end of the race. He's going mediums. Yes, we've got medium tyres. Coke Can, it looks like I've just seen the pit crew come out with a set of soft tyres. He's putting fresh mediums on now. He's serving a 5-second speeding in the pit lane penalty. So Coke Can is putting on a set of fresh mediums. They will see him to the end of the race, definitely. Holmesy is back in P10. What happened to Holmesy? Not sure what happened there. Why is he all the way back? Interesting. Probably find out at the end of the race after everyone comes in. We've just got a few drivers just to, obviously only 13 left to come around. And it gives Lasser another opportunity just to stay in quite close proximity. Cali Rob saying in the Discord, twins, because they both crashed at exactly the same point, probably made the same mistake. One in the Ferrari, one in the Williams. And there you go, Stewart's just confirmed that Holmesy spun at Ascari as the safety car came out, so that's why he's all the way back down there. The safety car coming out, I must have just missed that actually, because I was riding on board with some of them. So yeah, obviously the shock of another safety car so soon has caused him to spin. Back in 2. Right then, safety car is still out. Stein's remaining on the hard tyres. There we go, confirmation safety car's in this lap. I've got a microphone on, yeah, it's back on. So we're going to driver's going to go down the run down to Parabolica. become the safety car. He went quite early in the exit of Parabolica. He didn't spring any kind of surprises on any of the drivers. He might go a little bit later, possibly a little bit earlier this time. He's got the opportunity to do so. Let's watch Stein's telemetry. He goes pretty much a little bit later than what he did last time, but Lasser's still within 2/10. Cornet got a very good restart there, and he is literally... Oh, how close is he? He's going to try and go around the outside, is he? He's going to brake late into turn 1 and goes up the inside of Lasser. Look at that. Cornet is ahead of Lasser. Lasser has to get back out, and Viet is... we've lost a driver. We lost 2, I think. Cocan and Red Dog. And Lasser's now down to P3. Cornet is all over the back of Stein. Look at that. And Cornet is going wheel to wheel. What's happened there? It looked like they were literally going yellow flag. Lost Coke can. He's round. He's out of the race. Brexit's out of the race as well. We've lost 2 more drivers. Oh, I hope we don't get another safety car for this. I think we should be fine. Stein is still leading the race. He is in P1 with Cornet just up behind him, Stuart Little, and it did bring out the safety car again. This is unbelievable, unbelievable. 2 drivers out and down to 11 runners and another safety car. Who's pitting? Viet's pitting. He's going to put a fresh set of mediums on, I believe. Corbins is going for the softs. Yeah, he's going to do 13 lap stint on the softs. That should be fine for those soft tyres. It was very, very fast though. Mr. Woot went soft, Righty went soft, Viet has gone soft as well. So moves Red Dog up, and he's going round and round, struggling on the exit. He's going backwards, is he? No, he's not. He's going back in a straight line. Struggling at the exit of turn 2. And yeah, so we've got that. So B16 now. Staying out on the just confirming 3 safety cars and only 2 racing laps in the last 8 laps or so. So it's been the first 8 laps of this race. It's an absolute banger. And then it yeah, the safety cars came out. Obviously drivers get bunched up. We're down to 11 runners, which was a bit of a shame. Lost Brexit, Cocan, Yerdy, all reserve drivers, and Kelly Robb, who's going to lose some ground on the championship battle today. And Kelly Robb, yeah, saying they're all at Lesmo. I thought Ascari was going to get for most of the drivers today, but no, it's all at the Lesmos. So Viet's, what's happening there? Red Dog's coming in the pits. Is he deciding to go on to the soft tyres? I would think he would be. Mr. Woot once again at the back of the grid, last classified runner so far. He will jump up ahead of Red Dog now, so Red Dog will come out of the pit lane, but he will be on the fresh softs with Viet, Corbins. So the front 6 runners are all on mediums and hard tyres, which could, I think, the drivers who are on the mediums, you put them on after the first safety car, they're going to be alright. Because the safety car period is obviously going to elongate the tyre wear, so they'll be fine to go to the end of the race now. Might still be a bit worse for wear come the end of the race, but they'll be okay. B16's obviously got the freshest medium tyres on, and everyone below him are all on the soft tyres, just waiting for Red Dog to catch up to back and back. Hopefully if he does catch up with the next couple of corners, we will see the safety car coming in this lap and we'll be able to get going. Let's just watch out for what's on the... There's a couple of comments. Has Cornet only used mediums? No, he started soft. Cornet started soft, Will, and he is now on the medium tyre, so he doesn't have to pit again. All the drivers have made at least one stop and changed their tyre compounds. I'll just confirm that. Yeah, they've all made one stop. So there we go. Safety car coming in this lap. Quite a short safety car period this time. So that's good. So yeah, Will is looking forward to Cornet. He's got, like I say, he's got the medium tyres on. He's got the tyre advantage, the speed advantage over Stein. How long that will last, I don't know. How long the mediums will go for, I don't know. Now, so Stein has had Lasser behind him for every restart. This time he's got Cornet, and Cornet got an absolutely amazing restart last time. It looks like Stein hasn't gone. No, he's not gone yet. He's going at the same spot again, and Cornet looks... Stein backs off. Stein then backs the pack up, back up again, and goes. I thought Stein had gone, but clearly he hadn't. And Cornet, it looked like he got an amazing restart, and he's got wheel to wheel with Lasser. Look at Lasser trying to go around the outside. He's going to put Cornet in a bit of a situation here. And the two Dutch drivers going wheel to wheel. This time Lasser pushes Cornet out of the corner, just as Cornet did last time. Cornet's got the inside line for Curva Grande there. The shorter line, the shorter route around this line. He's going to get the speed. Lasser's going to be on the inside. Let's get a better camera angle there. Lasser's got the inside for the first part of the chicane. Cornet's got the inside for the second part. They're still wheel to wheel. This is great battling between these two drivers. And Cornet gets the move back ahead. He's back ahead into the first Lesmo. And he's going to be now trying to chase down Stein. They've lost nearly a second. Holmesy was looking to take advantage of any incident they came up together, but they didn't. And Corbins, look at that, already up to P5. So he's gained quite a lot of time from the bonus of having the soft tyres. So he will have that, definitely have the speed advantage with these soft tyres, but doesn't appear to have the pace so far at Monza. We'll see what he can bring to the party come the end of the race, see what his pace advantage is like, especially on the medium and the soft tyres compared to the drivers ahead of him on the medium. So look at Cornet. Cornet's already out of DRS and possibly out of slipstream availability. He probably won't be happy with what Stein did at the restart. It looked like Stein had gone, and then he appeared to back up. Holmesy is literally pushing Lasser there. Has to get out of the throttle a little bit, has to get out of the move, and he's going to have lost some time. Corbins is going to have the tyre traction advantage on the exit, and who's that going round? That is an Alfa Romeo. That is Viet going round. He's having such a good race so far. He's round, he's lost his front wing, he's struggling to get back on the track, probably very angry at something, and he's going to be moving back round and having to go back into the pits, and that is his race, unless there's another safety car, which isn't within the realms of possibility. His race at the minute is looking pretty bleak. So Red Dog's still in the points after having 2 speeding in the pit lane penalties and a drive-through. He's still in the points at P9, but with a 3-second time penalty. The only driver so far to have a 3-second time penalty. Mr. Wu is right on the back of Stuart Little there through Ascari. And he's going to be looking to send one, is he, on Stewart up into Parabolica. This could be a pretty good move if he can make this count. He's got the soft tyres. Stewart goes to defend the inside, realises Mr. Woot is that close to him as they go round such an awful camera angle. I hate it when it does this, and Mr. Woot gets it done. Mr. Woot is past Stewart. That's a good move into Parabolica there. And Mr. Woot now up into P6. Doesn't look like any of the drivers are close enough into turn 1. DRS has just been enabled, but they didn't have advantage of it on that lap. They have to wait till they get back round again. So Cornet is back within DRS actually. He was well outside of that. So Cornet's got some pretty good pace. He's looking to win his first race of the season. Let's see what he can do. Viet's in the pits, I believe. Yeah, Viet's coming in the pits. Possibly might see a retirement, maybe a new front wing. He might be hoping for another safety car. We will see. Corbins is looking to take advantage of his fresh soft tyres, and he's following Holmesy through these first and second Lesmos. Cornet has got the advantage of the DRS now. Lasser's just behind, along with Holmesy. So again, we've got the front 10? The front, yeah, the first 10, apart from Via, who's in P11 right at the back. Stewart picks up his first 3-second time penalty. That's a shame for him. But all drivers in the top 10 are literally all can see each other's gearboxes. Unbelievable. Cool Beans is going to have the DRS on Holmesy, but Cornet will have the DRS on Stein, but I don't think he's going to be close enough. The speed advantage, it starts taking over now. He's going to be pushing 250 mile an hour come the braking zone, but he's not going to be close enough. He wasn't close enough to Stein. Stein brakes, defends that inside line. Cool Beans gets past Holmesy, takes advantage of the fresh soft tyres on the exit of the Parabolica and gets that move done. So Cool Beans is now up to P4. He's slowly splitting up the Dutch contingent in the top 5. Mr. Woot looking to move himself up the points as well, with Holmesy just ahead of him. Stewart has got the disadvantage of the 3-second time penalty now, and he has got the medium tyres on, but he is showing some pace. Car number 69, I believe. Nice. So Lasser, we've got Stein going past, then Cornet, then Lasser, then Cool Beans, then Holmesy, then Mr. Woot, with a small gap starting to appear down to. We've got a lost a driver, have we? Viet's retiring. So we're now down to 10 runners. All drivers who finish the race now will get some points. Lost 5 drivers so far. Who's that moving out on the right hand side? That was Cool Beans moving out, trying to see if he could make a move. Wasn't able to, but now the DRS is open. Now Cornet, that's right on board with Cornet. Is he going to be able to make a move for the lead of the race? He's a lot closer this time than he was before. DRS is open, and he's going to absolutely sail past Stein on the inside here. There goes Cornet. Cornet is ahead, but Stein is fighting back into the braking zone. They go wheel to wheel, and Stein keeps the position. Cornet gets his front wing caught up a little bit in Stein's rear and gets his front wing caught up in Lasser's rear, and Lasser gets past. Lasser's now going to look to make a move. Stein is pushing him out, but Lasser's up the inside, is he? Lasser's up the inside. He's going to make a move for the overtake of the race, and Lasser is ahead into the braking zone. Stein goes across, pushes Lasser out, and Cool Beans is going to take advantage here. Cool Beans is into P2. Cornet's taking the lead of the race, and that is bad news for Lasser. He's now down into P8. Mr. Woot up into P4, looking to get his first podium in SFR. Stein has dropped down to P5 now. Took probably, it's a tricky one. Probably stayed himself in there a bit too long. Had to take the escape route. Hard tyres not quite working out there. And Cali Rob saying spicy on the YouTube comments, and that is pretty true. Cool Beans is probably in the best position here with his fresh soft tyres, but as I mentioned before, it doesn't appear as he's got the raw pace. He wasn't getting on very well with the medium tyres. That exit from Cool Beans is absolutely immense. He's going to have a great run at Cornet down into turn 1, and he's already ahead. Cool Beans takes the lead of the race. Cornet is powerless to stop it, and here goes Holmesy. Looks to get past, but thought better of it, and Cool Beans is now the leader of the race with Mr. Woot. So it went from a Dutch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to a British 1, Dutch 2, Dutch 3, British 4, Dutch 5, British 6, Dutch 7. So Lasser, it's a very Dutch English orientated league with a few Americans sprinkled in for good measure. The Lasser's down in P7, and who's that going around in the background? That is B16 being spun himself. I don't know if he got spun or if he touched. Possibly Red Dog. They were at each other's throats earlier on in the race. And Red Dog now with 2 points to his name and a 3-second time penalty. B16 in P10. Holmesy has overtaken Cornet for second place, uses the DRS to his full advantage, gets past, and Cool Beans is just driving away with this now, 1.1 seconds ahead. Cornet's not going to like that. Cornet's going to want to get back in and overtake Holmesy. Cornet wants his first win of the season. His teammate Mr. Woot just behind Cornet. Both Alpines going to be high up in the positions today, but it looked like Cornet got a bit of a bad exit out of Parabolica there, and Holmesy is well ahead. Cool Beans sets the fastest lap of the race. Holmesy chasing down Cool Beans. Here goes Mr. Woot into the podium positions. Look at that from Mr. Woot. Mr. Woot is ahead of Cornet. Wow! I saw a bit of end plate fly off there, did I? Did I see some damage from someone? I don't know. Looked like I saw something fly off a car. But Mr. Woot into the podium. Look at him go. Cornet is dropping down. He's losing time. I don't know what's happened to him. He's lost a lot of time there to Cornet, to Mr. Woot, sorry. And yeah, I don't know what's happened to his pace. Maybe he's just, you know, lost his bottle a little bit. I don't know. But he's having a good fight up there. A lot of dust flying off at the back. But I think that's just dust. Maybe driving running a little bit wide. B16 is going to have to try and catch the back of the pack up. Corbin's has got an 8th, 10th lead over Honesy, but Honesy's now got DRS. Yeah, Cornet's really dropping. He's going to lose another position. Stein's going to get back into P4. And here goes Stewart round the outside into Ascari. What a move there from Stewart, but he has to take invasive action on the gravel. Comes back on the track, and he spun Cornet out. Cornet's out of the race. Stewart said he was going to absolutely send it into turn 1. Less said about that, the better. So Stewart has... we've lost Cornet, basically. We've lost Cornet. He's having such a good race up until that point, and we're going to be losing some drivers to the pit lane, I believe. Who's in the pits? Who's in the pits? Corbins didn't pit. Honesy didn't pit. Woot didn't pit. There's a what's the safety car doing out? Safety car's going to wait there for the drivers to come back round, I believe. Lasser pitted and he has put on... What tyres has he put on? Soft tyres. Stewart's put on soft tyres. B16's put on soft tyres. Cornet saying he is sad now in the Discord chat. A few messages going on in the Discord. Let's have a look. Right, so safety car is still out. Drivers pitting. Red Dog comes out the pits in P6 with a fresh set of soft tyres to his name. Stein deciding not to pit again, staying on the hard tyres. No other driver in the top 5 pitted, so Righty Boy stays out on 9-lap-old soft. Stuart Little gets a little bit of karma there, I believe. Speeding under speeding under safety car, and he's got himself a drive-through penalty. So Gadamer. Where's Padama? Gadamer. Lasser in P7 just behind Red Dog. Safety car staying out. I think we're going to have about a 3-lap shootout, I believe, come the end of once everyone's backed up. Don't think the safety car's coming in unless Michael Massey is running things. Just waiting on B16 and Stuart Little to come round the... I don't think... Yeah, safety car's going to stay out for at least another lap. So Corbin's, for the first time, will be the leader. Right, so just waiting on safety car to come in. It should be coming in this lap. We will have 2 racing laps. So not enough time for the DRS to be opened. So it's all going to be on-track overtakes, no DRS-assisted overtakes. Honesy in a good spot here in P2 with 18-lap older mediums, probably in the similar condition to what Mr. Woot's and Coolbean's tyres are at, even though they're only 10 laps old. The softer compounds do wear out faster, so they're all probably in the same boat. Stein, I think he made a mistake going onto the hards. He's lost some positions. He was struggling with a bit of with the drivers behind having the better compound tyres, so he probably put himself in a bit of a dodgy position. Normally very good on strategy, but I think he has made a bit of a mistake today. So Corbyn's just looking to win his second race, I believe, in SFR, possibly his third, but I think it's the second and the first race of the season. If he does win today, he will take over the lead of the championship. So there's confirmation that the safety car is coming in. He will take over the lead of the championship if Stein finishes lower than second. But he also has the fastest lap, I believe, as Corbyn. So yeah, he will go equal at the top if Stein finishes second and Corbyn finishes first. Safety car's going to be coming in. Let's watch on Corbyn's. He is going to be the safety car now. All the drivers behind will follow him through through the final corner, and then after that it's anyone's guess. Viet probably should have stayed out on track. Corbyn's goes early, and Holmesy looks to have got a pretty good restart, and I think he's actually going to make a move for the overtake of the race, is he? He's going to be coming for the overtake of the lead of the race. He's going to go side by side with Corbyn's into turn 1. Corbyn's is going to fight that. Brakes a lot later. Mr. Woot, whoa, brakes even later than everybody else. He's got Stein right next to him, though. He had to defend that third spot. Corbyn's is still in the lead of the race. We've got Lasser getting ahead of Righty Boy and Red Dog. He's going wheel to wheel with Stein as well. Back, fighting hard. They look like they were twitching. And Lasser's going to go up the inside, is he, of Stein, where they came together last time. Stein ended up going straight across the chicane and running Lasser completely out of road onto the gravel. They don't do the same thing this time, and they're going to go wheel to wheel through Lesmo 1. Stein's still ahead. Lasser's looking to make a move up the inside into Lesmo 2. Doesn't make it count. And yes, Lasser's literally right on the back of Stein here. Go down Ascari. No DRS to help him. Lasser's probably going to be a little bit angry with what happened earlier, but brakes late, not late enough of Stein though, and both Stein getting very twitchy on the exit of Ascari, and Holmesy is literally on the back of Corbyn's here, but does back out. I think he's going to wait. Try and get a good exit. Lasser goes, what a move that from Lasser as I jump on board them. Lasser up the inside and gets back up into P4. So Holmesy, Corbyn's is trying to break the slipstream, and Corbyn's is still leading the race. Look at that, Corbyn's still in P1. Not many drivers have got time penalties. I thought there'd be a bit more. Righty Boy breaks late on Lasser, gets himself up to P4 momentarily, and ahead of Stein. Stein is falling backwards. These hard tyres really are not working for him, and he's now dropped down into P6. Red Dog into P7, B16 into P8. Stewart, look at that, 7 is drive-through in P9, but he will pick up a couple of points for his troubles. Righty is, Lasser runs very wide there onto the exit of second chicane and picks up a bit of gravel. So Corbyn's is looking to take the lead of the World Championship. Even with a second place here, he probably will go ahead off Stein. Holmesy takes quite a lot of exit curb there, entry curb, but it looks like he got a pretty good exit, and he is going to be absolutely dumping his ERS. Corbyn's has got enough to defend though, I believe, and Corbyn's is going to be ahead, and we're going to have, I think we're going to have a Mr. Woot in P3. This is going to be absolutely epic scenes for Mr. Woot. Here comes Corbyn's to cross the start finish line ahead of Holmesy. Mr. Woot on the podium. Lasser gets back into P4. Righty Boy with a brilliant finishing position there in P5. Stein falls back to P6. Red Dog with a good haul of points for Aston Martin in P7. B16 for himself in P8, and Stuart Little is going to be coming around the final corner now. Parabolica and I think after taking out corner A, a little bit not sure what happened on first viewing. It looked like he did come back on the track quite dangerously, which put corner A off on the exit of Ascari, and gets a drive-through penalty. Yeah, but Righty Boy gets driver of the day from Cody's. Probably agree with that. I think he started towards the back of the grid, gets quite high up, and Cool Beans wins his first race of the season in SFR, his second race overall, I believe. Let me just confirm that. SFR standings. Sorry, SFR. I need to go into the Hall of Fame, actually. Uela Cool Beans. Yeah, second race win in SFR overall, and his first of the season, which pushes him up into... He takes the top spot of the Drivers' Championship, and I think it's going to be pretty spicy in the Constructors' Championship as well, and gets the fastest point for his luck, for his hard work as well. Not that many driving penalties. 3 seconds. Only a few drivers picked them up. Stuart ended up getting 23 seconds and only got 2 penalties. So what happened there? Not sure what happened, but he still gets P9. Times 2 was 23. That's a 13 and a 10, but I don't really get that. So yeah, Cool Beans wins the race. Honesy P2 and Mr. Woot on the podium. So it was a Dutch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at one point, and it finishes off a British, Dutch, British, Dutch, British, Dutch, British, British, Japanese, British, and then Dutch, Dutch, British. Not sure where Coke Can was, and Yerdy. First driver to retire, second driver to retire, I apologise. Thank you for joining us this evening. It's been Monza, it's been chaotic. Next week we are not racing, we've got a break week next week, and then we're back after that, and we are heading to the sunny climes. I say sunny, I don't know where we're headed. Sunny climes, I say. Russia. So hopefully we'll be in Russia. Obviously, if what's happening in the world right now, in 2 weeks' time, if they are at war, then we might head away from Russia and see where we go to other than that. But we got Russia in round 7 after the break week, then Monaco, Portugal, Bahrain, Canada, and the Netherlands to follow. Once again, thank you for joining us. Congratulations to Cool Beans on winning the race. Congratulations to Mr. Woot for his first podium, and Honesy with a great drive in P2 as well. See you next week.